Vibration upgrade in progress. 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 Vibration upgrade at 50%. Vibration upgrade in progress. Vibration upgrade in progress. Vibration upgrade at 75%. Vibration upgrade in progress. Vibration upgrade in progress. Vibration upgrade is complete. Your messenger has arrived. The show will begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Initiate. Hi, everybody. This is Tanya Lea of Harmonia, and I feel that I just kind of got you in here with thinking that there's going to be collective messages tonight. But actually, tonight we're talking about a new workshop that is coming on place here at Harmonia. But if you are watching me live, let me know and say hello. I'm on YouTube and on Facebook. Sharing is caring, so if you wouldn't mind sharing to like-minded groups. But this is about the Runes Reality course here that I will be talking about just shortly here. Looks like we have people coming on. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Nancy. My moderators are here. Thank you for supporting me. Much appreciation. So guys, one of the things about this course that I wanted to talk about, because so many people are so used to coming to this channel for just my storytelling. Yes, I know. I am a tarot reader, but I also use other divination tools as well. And I'm a psychic medium, a medium as well. I love divination tools. Divination tools are amazing. But the other part of my storytelling is the personal growth. As a storyteller, you guys know the reason I have the name, the Shadow Priestess, is not because I go over the dark things. It's because of parts work. It's because we have to look at the areas in our subconscious, those icky parts that maybe we're not ready to look on or face. And that's what actually inspired me to do my first workshop, which was Mastering the Mirror. And that was really inspired with how many life changes that I had made in my past. And I wanted to help others, if I could, make it easier for them as well. So my way of teaching is definitely more playful, interactive, and it is more group oriented. So this is a course that I'm very excited for because this is the first of the course that is the longest. Because most of my workshops are 3 or 4 weeks long. The longest I had was 6, right? And the most comments I got back from the individuals who took my course was, Tanya, can you make them longer? I love the part, but I want to keep going, because a lot of the courses that they take, you can consistently do these modules over and over and over again. So that's what this course is the first 12-week course. And it is not just one course. There's actually 2 in 1. And yes, it's an infused course. So let me explain it to you. If you are here just to learn the introductory of runes, great, fantastic. I have a course that's coming in September just for runes. Same thing for beginners tarot. I used to do a workshop. It is now becoming just a digital course where you can do it your own pace. Fantastic. But the Runes Reality is more than that, because my whole point of these divination tools is self-development. So the best way to utilize these tools is to apply it to your life. You are in charge of your reality. It doesn't matter, guys, how many readings that you get. You can change it in a matter of a second by just listening or feeling into it when a person gives it to you. It is not the end all. That's the whole beauty of free will. It's like my favorite part of it, right? So when I taught or started teaching tarot, I applied a lot with the Fool's Journey, and a lot of people were mind blown by it, not because all of a sudden they were taking the journey of the Fool through the major arcana cards, but it's like, how does this apply, to your everyday life? Well, the same thing happens too with mirror work. When we did Mastering the Mirror, you used the mirror, right? When we did the Thoth workshop, we used the Thoth deck. We asked big questions. So for the runes, another thing that I'm very passionate about is Norse mythology. I love it. And this is not going to be a course. And I can tell you right now, for those of you who are really into history buffs or anything like that, you have to have an open mind, because the Elder Futhark is definitely a very old system, but there's not a lot applying to it as a structural meaning, because they weren't intended necessarily for divination. That came much later. These symbols, and that's what they are, symbols, and I'm going to show them to you. Futhark is literally the first 6 runes. We have Feu here, Ulrus, Thurzas, Anzus, Radio, and Kanaz. So most people say, oh, it spells Futhark. But keep in mind that these are not necessarily one meaning. There's so much more to this. You can look literally at one rune and get an entire story with it. And storytelling is something that I find fascinating with these. It's more freeing. It's not as strict as it would be, let's say, for tarot, because, you know, you have the structural meanings. But what I love about it is we can dive into the Norse mythology, the poetry that goes around it. And then on top of that, I infuse this with the personal development. So how does the personal development get infused with this? Well, the first 3 weeks, I'm going to be diving in with you guys. And these are all going to be done through modules. So you don't necessarily have to show up to class. You can actually download these. Each week, I'm going to unlock some videos for you to work on. So the first 3 weeks, you are going to go over in parts here. First the 8 runes, and then the next 8 runes, and then the next. There's 24. And we're going to go through them to learn them. And even if you know the basis of it, it's a good refresher course, because I'm going to be applying a lot of the mythology to it too. So if you like folklore and all of that, you're probably going to love this course. The secondary part of it with the first week is our personal one-on-ones, because the whole point of this is to reach a goal by the end of the 12 weeks. It's to say, check, I did something, I got it done. So we're going to get really, really clear on your goals. Yeah. And it's going to really be one goal. And it doesn't have to be like, okay, I'm going to win the lottery here, right? It's some of these hardship stuff that you have been putting to the side, afraid to do, that kind of stuff. And the cool part about this is you're not going to be just sitting there finishing a module, doing the homework, and then passing it in and said, I did my homework. That's not how I work. Even though I'm a teacher, I'm also a student. So every one of my courses, I actually do the work with you. So you guys are going to be using an app called Marco Polo, which is a video app where you and I are going to be, the whole group are going to be talking to each other. So each day, there's going to be a check-in with me to make sure you guys are all doing all well. And we're going to use that as our communication course here. And you guys are going to have check-in spots here with a buddy as well, because the best thing to do is have a buddy system. And most people who take my workshops continue to take them, and they build really strong bonds, which is amazing. But also, I don't want individuals here who are new to this to feel like they don't have bonds either. No, you're going to intermingle with a lot of individuals here, and it's going to be fun. So the other part of the runes casting is that we are going to be applying the laws of manifestations. So that's not just the law of attraction. The law of attraction is a secondary law. We talk more about the law of vibration. And in order to be in the law of vibration, that means you have to act a part. So I was being playful with casting, and I said, well, if we're acting the part, we need to get some casting on there. We have to cast ourselves, but we're not always comfortable playing our part, are we? So I went a step further. Yeah, I got a actor to help us on board. So yes, there's a professional actor who's also going to help us learn some skills in acting to let us be the part that we are comfortable in. And this is perfect because it's coming up in October. And I would say the hardest part for individuals to deal with while they're taking coursework, especially during the holidays, is the holidays, because what? You're dealing with family, right? deadlines, you got holidays. This is the perfect time to do it. You're going to be tested to the full thread, full throttle ahead here of how to deal with things is during the holidays, right? So you're going to have that support during the holidays, which is fantastic. The other part of it is that there are group meetups. There's only 4 of the group meetups, but I do require at least 2 group meetups to show up because I think it's energetically important to, and I understand everybody has busy schedules and not everybody is on the same time zone. And yes, international is allowed as well. This is a broad class here that people can check in on the time when they feel is right for them. But also I understand that people have busy schedules. Also, if you can't keep up with the pace of the course, I get it. That's why you're going to have these videos, these modules for the next 3 months. So you literally get this for 6 months. And when you're ready, when that gets locked, if you want to take something again, you most certainly can. Most people take my workshops over and over again because they're a new version of themselves. So they're learning something else new. So it's something that's imperative to them, but it's some changes that come in place here. So what are the changes that you're going to be making in your life? Well, that's up to you. I'm not going to promise you that you're going to make $1 zillion. I'm not going to promise you that you're going to lose 30 pounds. I'm not going to promise you that you're going to get your ex back. I'm not going to do any of that shit because it really comes down to getting to know yourself better. That's what I care about. What is your relationship with you? Are you comfortable and confident to make decisions on your own without anybody? Also, how open are you to be playful, to get to know yourself and build confidence? That's what you're going to get out of this course. You're going to get confidence. You're going to get an interactive group. You're going to get some kick-ass Norse mythology info and some history as well, and then learn runes. So yes, it's a huge course. I'm very excited for it. And yeah, we have a lot coming on here. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Michael. Thanks, guys, for coming on. Hi, Jansen. How are you? Good to see you. So if anybody has any questions about the course or anything in general, please use the comment field at best, and I will try to go through the ones that I can. But one of the things, maybe you're going to do a reading to pay for the course. So the cool thing about this course, for those of you who are wondering with payments and like, what can I do for that, is I give a massive discount to my Harmonia Friends Club members. So if you are a tier 2 member, which is $10 a month, it's 50% off. So it's not like I'm like breaking the bank for you. Plus there's payment plans. So literally it's like the 5-month payment plan, it's $80 a month. So Nancy, $80. All you got to do is make $80 a month. There you go. I try to make it as simple as possible as to what you need to do. And this is a course here where you're going to have fun with it. Yes, it is going to be like a drama class because you are going to be playing different parts, right? Sometimes you're going to be playing each other as well. You keep getting kicked off. Well, now you're in YouTube now, so I guess that's good. Facebook has been having issues lately, Michael. I'm not sure what that's about. Do you get to pick your buddies? All right. So I like to do the float around for the beginning because we're doing some casting, but you're going to have more than one buddies because you're going to get to know individuals. So I'm not going to necessarily keep you with one person significantly the entire time because that kind of defeats the purpose of getting to know individuals. But I can tell you this much, Sherry, most of your class is taking it. So most of your workshop people who you were in the last one are taking it. So we're doing good on there. So you're going to have some regulars that you're going to know of in place. And we have some newbies as well. Hi, Barbara. Thank you for being here. Any other questions? I'm excited. This starts on October 12th. But like I said, if you just want to learn the runes, which is great. I mean, some people just want to learn this. I'm doing a digital course for that. I had a digital one-time workshop that I did, what was it, last year, and it was fantastic, but it actually is what inspired this course, because at the end of that course, we had done some runes casting, and the runes casting is a way that you can use the divination tools. You can either pull the runes or you can cast. I personally like to cast because to me, and I'll show you guys, I can show it to you here. When you cast, and I'm just going to use the ones that are in here. When you cast, you kind of can go in with the patterns and you can take in place here. And that really tells you a story on its own. And you can really look upon there. There's also some different variations on how individuals read the runes. Some people will not take the ones that are not seen. Now, the ones that are not seen for me, because I'm nosy as fuck, I have to know, I just do. I consider them my shadow parts or the extremities. Some people use reversals, but with casting like this, I just pay attention on how they look upon. I don't like to take reversals, believe it or not, in any of the divination tools that I use. I do reversals in a combination in tarot just because it's easier with the storytelling to show the extremities. But because I know more than one deck system, and yes, there is more than one deck system, most people know Rider-Waite-Smith, but I read the Thoth, Rider-Waite-Smith, Martial's, and then there's other card decks and stuff like that. But there's a bunch of that are a hybrid. But with runes, there's so many different ways, and there really is no wrong way to do it. And that's the part that really can throw people off, is because there are some individuals who have a particular way of doing it, and that's fine. Because they're doing it more of a cultural thing out of a respect thing. A lot of it comes from Scandinavia to the dramatic lanes. I get it. The reason I'm on a white cloth, it's the only time I will throw runes, is on a white cloth. I am very, very respectful of my runes. They are either hung up, they're never just sitting here like this. I hang them up for energetic person reasons. And then I also have a pot of dirt that I keep my favorite ones in, and that is just to keep them grounded. Because back in the day, they didn't have it on this. It was done on wood. So all of this was based on wood. So what happens with wood? It kind of dissipates. It turns into fertilizer. So there's not a lot of proof of some of how old these runes truly are. But they, again, were made for markings and sound, not necessarily for divination tools that came up very very later within divination and the New Age. But you'll learn some of the basic casting in this course. And the cooler thing is we're going to be doing bindings, and we're going to go more deeper in that, especially with the runes that you basically have throughout the course. If many of you who have taken my courses before, when you step into any room or any course with me, you basically pull either a card or a rune in this case, and that's your rune. That's your rune for the entire course. Now, this one's going to be a little bit different because there's going to be multitudes of them, and they're actually going to create at the end, because it's going to be a group. We're going to have a bunch that we're going to make a binding. So yeah, it is going to be it's going to be fun, guys, because it's not just going to be acting. There's going to be some art in here as well, because you guys are going to be designing your own designs at the end of this to see what people create, to see what it means to them, because all the meanings can be something entirely different of what you want. And the discovery of this is just beautiful. But to be able to take them and apply them to your own life, that's the part that's going to be beautiful, right? You're not going to just have it in place for saying this is the meaning of it. It's what's important to you, what means it for you. Any other questions? Okay, I'm going through the chatter. Scrolling. You guys are funny. A lot of banter. I have a lot. I love this because, again, a lot of people who are on here tonight are individuals who have taken the course. Hi, Meredith. I didn't see Meredith sneak in here. Hello. Meredith is here. Michael had a question. Michael, can you repeat the question? Because there's so much banter between you and Sherry that I like, and I have Facebook on here too, so I cannot see everybody's questions, and I want to get there. Okay. Oh, okay. Got it. Got it. Found it. Jesus. Okay. Michael's question was, if one is still not certain of the exact direction to go, can the runes help fine tune that? That's an excellent question. Michael, no, you can help fine tune that. What you're going to do is apply steps to it, even if it's like a feeling of what you want. If the goal is to be happy, you're going to really allow yourself to be free to see what happiness is. You're going to explore it to the full extent. You're going to simplify it, if anything. And the runes are going to be applied here more in the sense, not as direction, but the idea of how it's going to support you. Because what you're doing is you're tuning and tapping into your higher self, and you're going to bring your higher self into the now. So you're going to be acting the part of how you wanted to act in 10 years. So you're going to be using your fucking imagination. So your imagination is going to be huge in this course, because you can be whatever you want to be. And that's the whole point of it. We can change on the fly. And when we decide to do that, it is a decision. But sometimes these big decisions that we make, we don't realize that the steps is really, we just need one. We just need one. And that one can open all different changes in your life. For example, I'll use myself as an example. I'm a perfect example for this, right? When I was going through a lot of changes about 7 years ago, I felt like an imposter. I was entirely, this wasn't even what I was doing. This isn't the life I was living, guys. Absolutely not. I was a professional photographer for over 15 years. I was burnt out. I was primarily behind the scenes. I was in an unhappy marriage. I was not doing well health-wise. I had a massive case here of an autoimmune disease that just came out of nowhere. And I was in a very low place in my life here. I did not want to live. So I was literally at a rock bottom, and we all have our rock bottoms. This thing is not about hitting the rock bottom, this course, because those other courses were more like mastering the mirror, the Thoth, even the Tarot one when you went to the Fool's Journey. This is about being in the vibration of what you want to be, how you want to feel, and you're going to live it. And it's going to take practice, because we're not going to always want to be that vibration every day, but we're going to be kind to ourselves and compassionate. But one of the changes that I did back then was when I decided I want to live, I was like, I got to do something with my life. I started to meditate. Meditation was the first thing. Meditation saved my life. But everything else fell in place. I started to go within. I took the time to do that 5 minutes a day. That's how I started. Then all of a sudden, I wanted to change some other things about my life, because then I was focusing on my relationship. That was the shit. All right. And then all of a sudden it was like, you know what? I'm so tired of doctors putting me in all of this medicine, making me feel like shit, and nothing's making me feel, well, there's got to be alternatives. And then I started to find alternative medicines. The changes kind of roll in effect when you start playing a different part. And one of the parts that I did play significantly for me, because I was so depressed when it came to how I physically looked, was my mother. My mom was a bombshell. I loved her. She was beautiful. But we didn't really see eye to eye growing up. But I used to watch her stare for hours, putting on her makeup, just getting ready for the day. She was always somebody who took care of herself. And I couldn't even face myself in the mirror. So when I started doing that meditation, all of that work, then I started doing the mirror work, but I was playing a part, and I was thinking of my mom, because it was easier to pretend to be her for a little bit than to figure out who the fuck I was. So that was something here that came kind of in there. And so how I use the tools, tarot, runes, all of that, it was more as a self-reflection. As you know, it's just a mirror of what you want. So it's you giving your own advice. It's never the runes giving advice. It's you. It's how you interpret it. But that's a fantastic question, because I think a lot of people get lost in these divination tools as like the final end all. And it's not. As you well know, it's not, right? You got to do the work. You did a whole spiel. If you guys haven't followed Michael, make sure you follow him, because I've watched him go through his journey. Not all of it, but a lot of the changes that he's made when he applies it with divination tools. And he's fantastic. And he really looks at the symbology, the historical part of it. But again, you realize how much work you had to do, right? Like, it wasn't always a piece of cake. It wasn't always something that you felt good about, but you were able to talk about it. You were able to expose yourself about it. That's huge. The confidence is a huge big deal for you. And that same thing for a lot of people who take my course is that they build their confidence up because they start realizing the little changes are huge. Like we celebrate each other's wins. And this course is going to be about that. It's going to be about celebrating each other's wins. And when we get to the point where we feel that we have to be held, we'll give that, but we're also going to do that. Let's pick up and keep going, because it's not about bypassing it. It's about getting to the center and the root of it. You don't want to live in your past, guys. The past won't do anything for you other than you look on it, you go back in as an older version of you, right? You use it as a checkpoint for healing, and then you get the hell out of there. You get the hell out of there. So this is for things of incorporating the different versions of you into this now. And some people like to bring that into, and I like to call it, some people will call it quantum, some people call it the multiverse. I prefer the multiverse. It's an unlimited amount of timelines and versions of us that we pick and choose to go into. And this is what this course is designed for. And if you look at casting, especially runes bindings, a lot of them are a circle, and that's play. So you can play so many different parts. And you can be different each day. You may even switch your goal halfway through because you've played a different part and you're like, I like this part now. Tanya, I want to focus on this, and that's okay. But the goal is to feel confident about making that switch. It's to feel confident that, you're comfortable with it, and that if you go down this path, that you'll be able to pick yourself back up, that it's not going to stop you. I just did this amazing, I had an amazing reading that I did for a client. And when I say amazing, because there was so much that came through for this person. And her mother had come through. It was a mediumship session. But after that, I was really deeply thinking about the past and some of the changes. And then this morning when I had a download, and this is actually on my tea time in the Harmonia Friends Club. So if you guys haven't listened to the tea time today, I do suggest you listen to it. But the download was about the now. The download was for a lot of individuals who have actually started to do the work, but they're so focused still on like, what's going to happen? When's it coming? It's now. You just have to believe it now. It's not like it's down the road. I mean, these are for individuals who have really done a lot of that work. Any other questions? I know there's a lot of people on here, so you may have missed that. And if you did miss anything about the course, I do suggest you replay it. I'm going to timestamp this so that you guys can learn about it. Like I said, it is a 12-week course. It starts October 12th. There is payment plans, and the best deal is if you become a Harmonia Friends Club member, you can just go to my website. I'll put that down here. It's Harmonia Friends. I'll put the club down so that you guys can see it, because you get 50% off. And if you go into the discounts page, and if you have any issues finding a discounts page, let me know, but it's right on the top. I know, Michael, you had problems finding it, but we got it. But you can put your code in, you get 50% off. And the reason I give such a big discount to my club members is because I know everybody who goes into tier 2 is actually putting work into themselves. They are not fully putting into victim mode. These are people here who are using the readings here as their own intuitive check-ins. They're all timeless readings. So people kind of go through that area in the vault to when they are ready to listen, they can practice with their intuition. But also there's other things in there. We have a gallery meetup coming. We're having our gallery meetup this Thursday. I got to send out emails tomorrow for a mediumship gallery, and that's for tier 2. And you're allowed to bring up to 2 guests, guys. So a reminder out there. And the other thing is that with the 50% off is that the payment plans make it as little as $80 a month. So it's super affordable, the course. Which runes stem from Viking runes in some way? There is a theory about that, Michael. And I would say that I wish I can answer that, but I can't. Okay. So I'm not even going to try to. But I'm going to say this much. The Viking runes and the witch runes, I think, are an entirely different system. And like I said, they weren't intended for divination tools at all. And that's a much later genre when it came into New Age. So yes, but I use the ones that we're using is the Elder Futhark. We're going to be using those runes. So those are the runes that we're starting with, and not the witch runes. There's another name for them. I don't remember the name, but individuals come. There was a guy who like created that. I can't remember his name. Hi, Vicky. Welcome. So if none of you guys have any other questions, like I said, the other things that are coming up is I have mediumship gallery where I'll be giving mediumship messages for tier 2. That is on Thursday evening. If you are in tier 2, you can bring up to 2 guests. And then all signs will be back on Friday for love readings. And then we have our All Signs Weekly on Sunday. So we'll have tarot back. It's coming. I might do a tarot story tomorrow, but we'll see. Okay, guys. All right, guys, that's all I got. I hope you have an amazing evening. I've already been on here for half an hour. I can't believe it. Time flies. But if you have any questions, just reach out. You can reach out to me through my website. And Meredith, I hope you do take the course. I think you'll love it. It's like I said, you can get on the payment plan. It's $80 within the payment plan if you are in tier 2, because the tier 2 is like 50% discount on there. It's going to be fun. All right, guys, you guys take care, and I will see you next time.